until you're sitting on that seat, that's when you realize, oh my god, there's so much to it, and even planning. When I started, like, I was like being really consistent with my content, but that's when like networking comes into play. Like, what two things that are really super important in my perspective is being consistent and also engaging in network. They're not following you for other reasons, like, oh, she just did a giveaway and is giving away a PS5, like I'm just gonna go and follow her. Like, that's why I'm so against giveaways. Like, I mean I want to help every entrepreneur. I want to help everyone that wants to grow on social media grow.
Welcome back to Seeking Success Podcast, the #1 virtual podcast in the world. Today we have a special guest on with Krishy. She is known as a social stage. She's an online digital creator, and she works with weddings in the Toronto/GTA area. She's a business and content creator. She captures behind-the-scenes reels for your special day. Krishy, thank you so much for coming on. This is actually a very interesting business that you've entered, especially now in the era of TikToks, Instagram posts, and it's just that, like, this is the perfect time. And for you to be actually at people's weddings, I've actually heard about girls talking about this in the past. Can you talk to us how you entered in this space?
In the wedding space or just in general?
I want specifically the wedding space, the behind the scenes stuff.
Oh,
that was pretty interesting. Yeah.
So, well, it's okay. So I got married like 2 years ago, and as I was a content creator then too. So, but then like I said, like I had like 4 unfinished TikToks. Like, I got all the befores done ahead of time. It was like during COVID. I had everything like done, the before content, everything, and then the day of came, and I was just like, nope, I'm not doing anything. I just want to be in the moment and like, you know, be present and like enjoy every little step, like for my right. And then like also like my friends are not content creators, and I'm not gonna put that on them to like. I want them to be present with me and enjoy everything.
Oh, for sure.
Me. So I didn't even think of like being like, hey, like here's my phone. Can you like record all this stuff? just have fun, guys. You know. And then after, I saw this girl in the US that she started, and she actually liked my one of my TikToks, and then it was like a wedding TikTok, like from my best friend's wedding, and then I like saw her, I'm like, this is so cool, but I was just like, really hesitant to get into the wedding industry in general, just because like I still haven't done weddings, but I was like, 2 of my friends got married last year. So like one of my cousin and my best friend got married. So I was literally, because, well, it was not even because they asked me to, but it's just the content creator inside of me was like, I'm gonna take everything. Like, I'm gonna record everything, make sure that I get like every little thing from your wedding and reception. And that's exactly what I did. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I could do this for like other people who are getting married. And I'm sure like, because at the end of the day, we do like, we are getting our professional videos, we are getting our professional content, but like obviously they're basically getting like the beautiful representation,
the movie
of your wedding, which is super important. Like, I loved what I got from Blink, but at the same time it's like you want to wake up the next day and be like, what happened yesterday? Because especially in the like Tamil community too, like I'm Tamil, so like our weddings, like we don't really get to enjoy our ceremony because like there's just so much going on. And my husband's Hindu and I was Catholic, and that time was COVID because we couldn't like do like so many ceremonies, so I just stuck with the traditions, and I had no clue what was going on. I was so stressed. I'm like, what do I do next? What's happening? And like until you're sitting on that seat, that's when you realize, oh my god, there's so much to it, and even planning, right? So I feel like if I had waken up to all this stuff, like all the behind the scenes, that would have been super cool. Then I'm like, you know what? I want to do this. Like, I want to record it, especially because I have like 3 to 4 years of content creation experience in general, because I've been working with small businesses. So I'm like, I know how to like I'm like really confident with my editing, and I know I have all the equipment for like just like behind the scenes videos too, and reels, TikTok. So I was like, okay, I could do this. So then I just launched it like literally last month. I haven't done a wedding yet. I do have a couple of bookings, which I'm super excited for this year. But like that's how I got in.
So okay, wait, let me ask you guys, because you guys are like, Umar's also married and Krishy, you're married. Like, what do you guys actually remember from your wedding? Like, is it that bad to the point where like you guys wake up the next day and you're like, what happened? Like, Umar, what do you remember from your wedding, bro? You had a couple.
Okay, I think obviously a bit for a girl, it's going to be a bit more different, right? But I will say it was overwhelming in a sense where like you're sitting down and your family wants to come take pictures with you, and then like your mom is telling you, okay, we gotta do the ring ceremony. Then your dad's telling you, come over here, and then like it's just there's something nonstop. I will say though, however, I guess it's the type of because I create content. Obviously, a lot of my friends were there that also create content. So the next morning, like even like the night of, I'm not gonna lie, at 4 or 5 a.m., I'm just going through my phone. It's like there's so many like Snapchat stories and Instagram stories and people sending me posts and stuff. So I know what you mean. Like it's definitely cool, but what's it called? Yeah, so I guess yeah, for sure. You get caught up. It happens so fast that it's hard to be present in the moment. Because in your mind you want to go a certain way, your wife wants it to go in a certain way, your family wants to go in a certain way, and then like everybody that's attending wants you to cater to them. So I 100%, yeah, it goes by like a blur.
Yeah.
I remember a decent chunk of it, but I understand why some people they get, because it's a lot.
You know what it is? It's the traditions, right? Like
Oh yeah,
it's like
for sure.
yeah, like we like going into it, we're getting married, but like there's so much, especially in the brown community, there's so much that goes into it that we're not aware of. Like as much as we say we're ready, it's like we don't even know until we're sitting there, like with the ayah and like all the like priests. They have like so much going on themselves, and also there's like I didn't even realize this, but there's like different traditions even within the ayah. Like I know some of my friends that did it differently than I did, and we're all still Tamils. It's like there's so much things that you learn too, but you're so focused on making sure that you're doing the right things that like you're like there's some people at my ceremony that I didn't even like get to talk to, and like even if I had a COVID wedding, like I was so happy to have a COVID wedding. I'm like I literally was like I'm up, but like please don't invite like I like if even before COVID I was like I don't want to invite people that you haven't talked to like over a year, like don't like like don't even talk to us. I just don't want to invite them. So because it was COVID wedding week, like I got really excited because we got to like it was like we only had like 150 to 200 guests, which is still a lot, but still like I didn't even get a chance to like
for Asians, that's a small wedding.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to talk to any of my cousins that day, like properly, like enjoy time with them. It was more like it was like they would take pictures. You know how it is, right?
It's nuts.
And then they'll leave.
Yo, forget cousins. Radies is like one of my best friends, and I probably spoke to him once during my wedding, if even, when he came to take a picture with me. Like, it's nuts. It's nuts. I can't even imagine how it is for the bride.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So like that's why like being a wedding content creator, like I feel like if I just like I like to get the guests involved, like I have this whole plan like where I'm like, okay, even if it's not just about taking content of the bride and groom, but like things that happen in the audience which like you can miss, and it's just like something that's just like, oh my god, like I didn't even get to see this, but you get to wake up the next morning and be like, oh my god, like you kind of relive the whole day again.
Oh yeah.
No, it's
so special.
Yo, this is what I think is crazy because like when you go to like a big function like this, like everyone is like getting ready, they want to try and impress everyone else, and it's so crazy because a lot of the times no one notices what this person wore or what this person wore, and it's kind of crazy. Like we're like preparing for everyone else, but it's like no one really takes notice. Like, I don't know, it's funny.
Yeah, it's nuts because everyone's so focused on themselves. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And like advice I would give everyone that's getting married is just enjoy everything. Like even the planning side, like it's just enjoy. Like just go and have fun with it. Don't stress because, like you guys said, no one's gonna notice. Like I was stressing over the smallest, like stupidest things, and I'm like, okay, like at the end of the day, no one noticed because I was the one who would bring it up with my bridesmaid and be like, I didn't even notice it. Like it's fine. So it's like it doesn't matter. So just one thing I would say is just enjoy every little moment, and especially if like going back to the wedding content creating, like you don't even need to stress that like nothing's being captured. It's just like you have someone to just take every little thing that's happening during the day. And also another thing that I like this concept that I was talking to another content creator in Toronto, and she was like, what you can also do is like, there's some guests that are not able to make it to your wedding. And you know how like I guess the videographers or someone, they have a laptop that just sits there and they just go like live, right? Versus what I can do is like bring my phone and go closer, because what's gonna happen is that laptop will just be there the whole entire time, and you just get that perspective and that view. Versus like us as wedding content creators, we can make them feel like they're a part of the, especially if they're like close families that can't make it.
For sure.
It's like you can like make them feel like they're a part of the wedding, just going closer, going to the guests, telling them this, hi, you know, like just fun stuff like that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's a very cool concept, actually.
Yeah, I want to say as well, I don't know if Umar, you experienced this, bro, at like Tamil events, bro, it's always the camera guys with the big ass cameras. They'll come up to you while you're eating, and they'll just wait there, fam. They'll just sit there, and you're just there like, okay, like, do I eat, do I not eat? But it's the most awkward experience, as opposed to if it's a phone. I feel like that's a bit like, okay, you know what, it's not that weird, right? Like, bro, I swear they do it on purpose, Sam. I swear they do it on purpose. They have to be just sitting there on purpose.
And even for my wedding, after our ceremony, there's like this thing where like the groom and the bride has to like feed each other, and I was like, no, thank you. Like it's just weird because like the video is like right in your face, and I'm just like, yeah, cute, but like let's not do this. And then they'll like zoom into people's eating. So I literally told my videographer, I'm like, please don't do that. Let them eat in peace.
Yeah.
Like,
yo, it's crazy. My parents literally told the videographer the same thing. They're like, go easy. Like, when people are eating, don't fucking get up in their face and shit. That's hilarious.
Yeah, apparently there's like some uncle, I don't even know who it was, but like he was like telling my videographer what to record, and like he was telling him to just record the like all the food and people taking the food, people eating the food, and I'm like, no, don't do that.
I think it's a cultural thing. Yeah. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like why is that a thing?
It's so, I guess you know what it is. I think it's more of like a flex. Like, yo, look how big the spread was. Look how many people we fed. You know, at the end of the day, man. I actually want to ask you this, Krishy. Are you someone like you went crazy extravagant, my crazy wedding, or were you more like on the chill vibe side?
Well, I had to be on the chill vibe side because of COVID, right? But like, the thing is, like, me and my husband, we told each other, we're like, for the wedding, like we'll just do what we can, like, you know, like just keep it like chill, simple, intimate. But for the like for the partying, we're like, okay, we're gonna go all out, right?
Okay,
go and chill with other people, like hang out.
Yes.
Like that. But yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like brown weddings in general are crazy itself.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, there's no like chill brown wedding.
Yeah.
Like, I think I would like to consider my wedding more chill style. And
bro, your wedding was not. Your Mandy was chill, but your actual wedding was not chill, bro. That was pretty grand. It was pretty cool. But, okay.
For brown people, fam, it was like totally flipped out.
But it was also Umar. Was that 2 years ago or last year?
Last year. Actually, last. No, actually.
Yo, pray your wife does not watch this.
A year and a half. It was 2021.
Yeah.
Summer. Yeah.
Oh, so wait, when did you get married? I got married 2021 August.
We got married 2021 August as well.
21st.
The 20. No, I was just like the
28th. No, we didn't know the date.
It was 28th. It was 28th.
20th. Wait, did you say 20th?
28th.
28th. Okay, so like a week.
Yeah,
that was
pretty
the
close.
That was the day of my reception.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
What the heck? Yeah, that's actually damn. Yeah, I feel left out now. I need to go get married. Man.
You gotta go get married.
You just gotta get married like next year, August 28th.
Yeah, in August. Yeah, literally. Okay, so wait, Krishy, tell us about like, cause you obviously had like a career in social media before this. Like, how did you actually get started? Like, did you take the traditional route where you went to school? Did you then go into content? You drop out of school? Like, what was that like for you?
So we interrupt your program to tell you about the Seeking Success University, the one-stop shop to learn personal development, how to build your credit and get up to 6 figures in credit, and how to monetize your social media presence, all taught under one umbrella with exclusive bonuses and exclusive content. That will be linked in the description below. Definitely check it out. Let's see you in the uni.
So I started this blog. So first I was in digital marketing. So I actually was in accounting and finance, and I was like, hell no. Like,
oh, what the heck?
Once I got a job, I was like, yeah, this is not for me. I'm such a people's person. And then, so I actually was doing a co-op at Google for a bit. So then I saw myself like going from the accounting department to the marketing department so many times because everyone's so chill there. Like everyone, like as much as you want to work, like everyone's just having such a great time. Versus like the accounting department, it's like you're just staring at like the screen the whole time. No one wants to talk to you. You know, it's just like the vibe is not there. So then I started this blog after because I was like I was into social media. So I had this other job as a digital marketing specialist, and then they actually asked me to handle their social media. So then I had a blog, and I started to model. Like, so okay, well, my cousin became a photographer, and then she's like, "Can you model?" And I was like, I had no like idea how to do this, but like it was a good start for me to like post content on my blog. So then, like, I posted this picture, and then all these people started to like message me, like, "Hey, do you want to collab?" Blah blah blah. So I did, which was great.
Wait, so sorry, just to cut you off. How long ago was this?
This was 4 years ago.
Oh, okay, 4 years ago. Okay, got you.
Yeah, 4 to 5. Yeah, 4 years. 2018, 2017,
Yeah,
2018,
okay.
like around there. And then
Okay.
after all these vendors were messaging me, and then there's this girl who was like, "How are you so consistent?" That time I was not even consistent. Like I was just posting. We didn't have reels. Like we were on like static posts, and that was, which was
Yeah.
doing great,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And TikTok wasn't even a thing. So it was
Mhm.
like she's like, "How are you so consistent? Can you help me?" Blah blah blah. Then I realized I'm like, because all these vendors, like what they would do, like that time was like they would have a logo, no pictures of themselves, and then just a bunch of their products. And I'm like, how are you networking? How are you meeting people? How are you humanizing your brand? Because if no
Yeah.
one knows who you are, how are they gaining that trust, right? So
Yes.
I started to like, so she asked me to help her with her social media, and then I was like taking static pictures and videos, and I would like do some like, pictures of her. Like that time, Reels wasn't a thing, so I was just taking some pictures of her, and she was just posting pictures. And even through that one picture and her writing a caption about herself, like she, like literally like so many people like started to engage with her because they're just like, okay, it's her, like this is her brand, this is who's behind this brand, like there's that trust factor, and they're like, okay, and they started to contact her more, right? So then that's when I was like, okay, I could do this more
Makes
often.
sense.
I hosted an event 2 years ago, games night, a networking games night.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, like I was meeting like so many entrepreneurs there. It was so cool. It was a good time, and then COVID hit. And then once COVID hit, everything
The C word.
the C word. I always say, whenever people ask me how old are you, I'm like 27 minus 2 because COVID. It's like literally it kind of like ruined my plans of what I wanted to do with like my business. But then it also gave me a chance to like take a break and really realize what I wanted to do, and that's when Reels
Yeah.
became a thing. And so I was
Yes,
doing a
yes.
lot of coaching. So I saw this girl on TikTok that was like doing a course for coaches. And then
Yes.
I took the course, and then I became a coach, like a Reels coach, via Zoom for like 2 years during COVID. And
Right.
yeah, and that's when I started to do my in-persons, and now me
Wow.
here.
That's actually very cool because I think there's a lot of people a lot of like bad actors in the space where they're like, yeah, I'll help you get followers, I'll help you do this. But I think the approach that you're taking where, hey, yeah, I'll help you do that as well, but it's more so on the content creation side. I think that's why it's like even the wedding idea, like no one, I haven't seen anyone ever do that. And it's such a unique, like, I don't know, like it's just cool. Like it's unique. I've never seen it before. And so you even said like you got a couple bookings. Like I think that's going to be a new wave almost. Like I think you're paving the way for like a new wave of like video creators and weddings, right? Like I don't know, Umar, what do you think?
Yeah, no, actually, I actually know one other girl who's doing this, but it's a very, very new concept. Especially like Chris was saying, because Reels have become so popular, because everybody's on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's actually interesting. I was talking about this. If you take in, content creation is slowly switching to what it was a couple of years back, where like in the Facebook days, everybody was not creating content, but they're putting out content, sharing videos of their kids, their life, their work. And then we had this phase where like Instagram, like the influencer era kind of took over, where like only if you're an influencer, you'd post content. If you're like a normal person, you'd either have a ghost account where it's like just your profile picture, no post, or it'd be like your birthday or something.
Yeah.
But now everyone wants to create content. Everyone wants to talk about their story. So that's why the service that like Krishy's doing and some of these other girls are doing, this is the best time to do that service because everyone wants to pay for these high quality reels. And rather than having relying on your friend who could kind of do it, why not just pay a little bit of money and get something done that's going to last forever. But it's actually very interesting. Like even what you said about like the consulting that you're doing, I notice a pattern. People that tend to like be successful in a space are people that jump on trends and opportunities fast. Like Krishy, you're jumping on this fast. Like I only heard about this concept like literally maybe about I want to say a month back.
It only started in like October.
Speed.
Like it was like it started in October. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's about speed, right? Like if now someone's gonna watch this and try to do this next year in the summer, and then this business doesn't work. Well, maybe because it's values too many people, right? Versus like someone like Radies who hasn't even heard of a service like this, right? And then I even saw in your reel, I actually like that reel that you posted where like, you need someone making videos for your big day. It's like even the way you're marketing the service is like
the content bestie.
It's unique, you know, the content bestie. It's like That's so dope.
Thank
I
you.
like that. I like that.
Thanks for liking it, by the way. I love this. Yeah, like it's just like right now, like I don't have content for weddings, so I'm like trying to see if because that's the thing, like it's a new thing that like not a lot of like there's not a lot of people in like I have brides that had messaged me for like the same day because it's the popular days, and then they're like, hey, do you know anyone? And it's so cool because another girl, there's only 3 in Toronto now. So like there's only 3. So like another girl, she messaged me like as soon as I launched, and she's like, hey, let's like stick together, let's connect. And like so now like whenever she can't do a wedding, like she'll send it to me, or like it's so cool because
so
she was so sweet to even message me first of all, because I was like so new, I didn't know anyone, and she's just like started to give me all these tips, and we all wanted to stay in like the standard pricing, and it was just like nice to like meet people in the industry that are like super supportive, and I feel like a lot of these girls are supportive. Then she added me in a group with a bunch of wedding content creators around the world, so like now all these girls, and like it's like so nice, it's like a little community, and like yeah.
Krishy, it's so dope you said that, because when my friend told me about this business that she was starting, the first thing I told her is I'm like, okay, I'm like, call this wedding photographer that like me and my friends and my family members used in the past. I'm like, tell them this idea, see if you could partner up with their event and pay them a cut, right? Just so you could slide your way into the door. Because that was the reason why she even called me, was she asked, like, hey, I took a lot of like videos at your wedding. Is it okay if I use in my portfolio? My wife's a bit more private, so I'm like, if it's just gonna be like, it's not gonna be post on your shit, you just send it to an email. I'm like, sure, but like that's like that's very interesting concept, and I like it's gonna be. I'd imagine like this is gonna be just as important as somebody like take it in. Imagine in 2023 you go into a wedding and they didn't have a videographer. Like how odd would that feel, right? I think that's what this business is gonna turn into. We're like, how do you not have your own personal TikTok person?
I know, and like I'm not trying to replace videographers or photographers. Like you need that like beautiful.
You need that,
for your wedding, but at the same time, like you also need the authentic, fun content, like one of your cousins drunk dancing, like that'd be sick, right? the introvert cousin that never dances is on the dance floor, like it's like right. So
I'm curious, like how much does something like that cost, like having a content bestie at your wedding?
So it depends on, so like, okay, so a lot of these brides that have messaged me so far, they're all like, so I do have like, I have a Chinese wedding, which is super cool because like they have a tea ceremony and stuff, so I get to experience that. But then I also have like, they only have like 2 events versus like South Asian brides, they have like 4 or 5. So like I had to make packages because like what's your background, like are you
you have to guess now.
Are you Pakistani?
That's close. I'm from India.
Okay, so you guys have like the nikah and like all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So so like my basic packages start from like $800. So that includes like 4 TikToks, and you get behind the scenes videos sent to you by the end of the day. And also it's like it covers a whole 12-hour event. But then versus like if you want to add more events, the more like it will just increase. But like I have like package deals where like if you like add another event, like it's just cheaper to do it that way. Like if you want another bridal shower, you want me at a batch. Like there's some girls that actually contacted me to come to their batch, and I was like, that is so
fun. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like, even like that's the thing. Like gender reveals, baby showers. It's needed for all those kind of events, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, yo, like I reckon, bro, in a bit this is gonna happen for like graduations, communions, birthdays, like.
I had a girl that I'm just telling you, I'm not gonna like obviously I'm not gonna say names, but like I had a girl who messaged me and just like, I wish I had you on my mom's 60th birthday because now I have no videos at my mom's 60th birthday because no one took any like videos on their phone. Now we just have to wait for the videographer, like professional, like really like stage candid shot, like so like.
And it takes months sometimes.
Yeah, like.
Like mine took like 3 months, and like towards the end, my wife was like making me hassle the guy like every other day. like here's a picture, It's insane. And that's another thing too. Actually, I want to mention, which is very interesting about this business, is guys don't really care about this stuff. I'm being honest, right?
No, let's be real. You don't want like a sick video of you. You don't.
No. I mean, like for it to be instant.
No.
Oh, to be instant, yeah.
He's
like,
right.
But a woman does.
He's right.
A girl wants to see it right away.
It's more of a bride thing, but
Yeah, it's a bride
But
thing.
if your husband's also, or husband fiance is also a content creator,
Yeah.
they will want it. So if
And
you're
they would want it. You're right.
like if you have your own platform and you're already a content creator, you're doing blogs or whatever, then as a
Yes.
guy, you're gonna be like, yeah, that would be cool. Like,
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, but also I was gonna say, like, for me, like, personally, like, when I saw my friends sending me the snaps and their stories, that was so cool for me. I actually saved a bunch of them and reposted them myself. My wife was complete opposite. When she was seeing her friends post, she, oh, I don't like this angle. Oh, I didn't look good here. Oh, like you know what I mean? Like, that's a cool thing, because if you had a personal person, like, you would have that conversation beforehand, and you get the shots that the bride wants, which is like, that's the main value factor here.
Yeah.
It's so dope.
And like
Yeah,
also
no, that's
like
definitely
brides
true.
take for like, I think guys. I don't know how the guys' mornings work. Like, I don't know how your morning went.
The morning routine, the skincare routine, the hair routine.
But girls have like the whole like the wedding dress or the saris, and then
Yeah.
like your whole makeup, get ready with me, and then there's like bridesmaid reveal, and there's just all this going on. So like, even me being there in the morning, like they actually want that the most, because that's the only time they have with their people, right?
Yeah.
Versus, I don't know, how did your day go? Like in the morning, like were you just
Oh, for
alone,
me?
or like were you with?
Yeah, Umar, what was your makeup routine, bro?
I woke up. I actually got to sleep in that day. I woke up. I got my car washed.
You got a car wash in the morning?
Yeah, I got.
You had time
got
for a car wash.
It's gonna be crazy, Krishy. I actually got a haircut too. I got a haircut, washed my car, and then drove to the venue. I had my sherwani in the back. Changed at the venue.
What? Your
That was
day?
it.
Wait, was this for your Mendy or your the other
No,
one?
for the actual wedding, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I also had to pick up a bouquet of flowers. I had to stop on my way to the
What the heck?
the hall,
You
but
got
it was
your
like 3 or
hair
4
done the day
things.
up, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know
Yeah.
what time I had to wake up?
Like 4 or
2
5.
a.m. 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Because
What?
for town people, like, you have your thali time, and mine was a little bit earlier. So I had to.
Wait, what's okay? Wait, what is that? 'Cause I don't know what that is.
So thali, like, okay, it has like auspicious time. So you can.
Oh, like Nalanera, like that.
Yeah. Like,
Okay,
you
yeah,
can only
no,
get
okay.
married like between like 10:30 and 12. So like I had to be ready by like, if I were to get all my content with my bridesmaid and do all that, I need to be ready by 7 a.m. basically, right? So I started my whole look at like 2 a.m. So you think at 2 a.m. I'm gonna make TikToks? No, hell no, I'm not gonna do any of that. So yeah. So, and then you probably woke up at what, 8?
11 maybe.
Wow.
I'm okay. Maybe not 11. I'm really probably like 10 that day, but like
Nah, bro,
9:30,
it probably was like late because those days we were like sleeping at like 4 a.m., 3 a.m. Like, oh my
probably
God.
like 10:30, 11. Like nothing earlier than that.
Must be nice.
But that's the thing. Like for a guy, it's so much easier. Like, what do I gotta do? Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I didn't need a haircut. I had to line up my beard or trim up a little bit. But your wedding was like, we had to have Indian culture because we're not Hindus, but we obviously follow a lot of Indian culture because that's where we're from. And then we also had the Muslim traditions, which is our religious tradition, right? For you, you had the Tamil traditions, the Christian religion, and then the Hindu religion as well. So, yeah.
But I didn't do like
guess
Catholic anything like during
you guys
because we only had one ceremony because it was COVID. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Catholic, it would have been so easy. Go to church, 1 hour, exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? But like.
But that's
Bada
the thing too. Like, I feel like with Catholic churches, like they have like whole like wedding preparations, like classes and stuff like that. Do they have that for like Hindu weddings and like Islamic weddings too?
No, not for Hindus. Not that I know.
I don't think for Islamic either.
Because I swear, like for Hindu weddings, it's just like, all right, all the grandmas just kind of direct like what's going on, and like the audience there too. Like it's like, okay, sure.
Basically,
like, do this
but in the Hindu wedding, isn't like the priest the guy orchestrating all this?
like the ayah, yeah. But like a lot of the times, it's like he also like. I swear, a lot of the times they don't even know what they're doing. They're just kind of like doing stuff too. I swear, no cat fam. I swear.
They're all different too. Like I had to. It was so weird because like for my cousins' weddings and stuff, like they got to sit on their own, like while the thali's being like tied, and then for me, I had to sit on my dad's lap, and that was so like different. Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, like you just told me to go sit on my dad. Poor guy, like my heavy ass, like literally. And also, like when my husband was tying the thali, he had to be like, it just didn't make any sense. But I was like,
yeah.
Go with the flow here. Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, wait. So Krishy, let's
I'm trying
talk.
to go to a Hindu wedding, fam. You never invite me to no weddings, bro. I always see them in the movies. I always see the fire, them going around.
Bro, don't worry, bro. When I get married, fam, I got you, bro. Don't worry.
All
Give me
right,
a couple of
bro.
years.
I'm waiting for a couple of years.
What do you want tomorrow, bro?
Next year, bro.
I'll try my best for you. But okay,
All
Krishy,
right.
Yes.
um, talk to us about like these events because we've seen on your social media like you're getting access to all these like private events. You're working with like a bunch of these bigger brands, and I think we even had a conversation about that previously. Because I was so fascinated. I was like, how? Because I got sponsored by Reese, right? Like like the chocolate
Yeah.
Reese.
Oh, cool.
And like it was pretty cool. Like I was like, oh, okay, it's a flex, sponsored by Reese. But like it wasn't really anything of like substance. Like it was just like okay, they sent me free chocolate like a couple times and like okay, cool. But like these actual events and like getting like these big like packages, like talk to us, how does someone get into that?
So honestly, like, so when I started, like, I was like being really consistent with my content, but
Yes.
that's when like networking comes into play. Like, what two things that are really, really super important in my perspective is being consistent and also engaging in networking. Like now, like I think not like nowadays I'll still like text on DM, but like there was a point in my life that I would just voice note. Like I would just voice note everything on my Instagram because I feel like when you do text, it doesn't come out your energy is not there, right? But when you like message, like, oh shoot, you're not a bitch, like sorry, but like you're like sometimes you can sound very rude, right? And like so I feel like now I'm like I just need to like I was doing that a lot, that I was like networking and connecting with a lot of people, and then when I was being really consistent on my page, I was tagging a lot of brands, like a lot. And then an agency had emailed me and was like, hey, can we like put you on their list? And like they started inviting me to their events, etc. So that's how, like, honestly, just consistently. And sometimes you just gotta like go and reach out and be like, hey, this is what I do. Like that's just how you like sometimes like I was like, okay, like nothing just comes to you too, right? Like you got to put in the work and you got to be very consistent, know what you want, right? Like once you know what you want, like what you want to do and what type of value you want to provide to your audience, you'll know who you want to connect with, who your niche is, and who you want to reach out to, right?
Okay, so do you mind talking about like the business side of that as well, like working with brands? Like, are you cool talking about that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so okay, so these events, right? Like I'm assuming these events are more so, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like, hey, come in, you don't really get paid for them, but you get to be like an ambassador. Is that how it works, or are you getting paid for these events as well?
Some of them I'm getting paid for them. And that's on you though, because if you want to do free collabs and just, sometimes it's cool because you get the exposure, right? Like if you're starting and you want to, if they're just doing like asking for like free collabs and just, you want to just build a page to get more, you get free content, you get to go into an event and meet people, great. Exactly. But at a point, you'll be like, okay, like you'll start to see your schedule building up, especially because now you have your business and you have to like you have a bunch of stuff on your schedule, and now you're like, okay, like I'm gonna give them my media kit, and this is my like price for me to promote something that you want me to promote, right? So like you just have to ask. Like sometimes like, they won't ask you. They'll always ask for like come in for free and like sometimes you just have to like be like, hey, like that's not what I do anymore, or like just let them know that this is your media kit. You don't do any like free collabs right now, but I do paid collaborations. But then there's some people that will reach out to you and be like, hey, like this is how much we're gonna pay you. Like this is our budget, our marketing budget. Are you good with that? And then
Okay, and like I guess the follow-up question is like, how much do events usually pay, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, there's one event I went to. They paid me $250.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't know. For me, it's like because I'm just starting to go to events. I feel like that's. I mean, I'm getting paid, so I didn't.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
But
no, we're just curious because like I think it's sick. Like
I think it's pretty cool too.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, because
that was a beginning. But like the last couple of ones, it's just it depends on the brand. Like my L'Oreal event I went to, it was not paid. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna I'm gonna go because it's L'Oreal. Plus, I get to
yeah.
So like it works out for me, and I have so much fun at these events, right? But then there's some events where I'm just like, like if I want to. Also, another thing is I need to believe in the products too, right? Like when they like I don't want to just I don't want to promote something that's not something that I even use. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't want to just do it for the
Yeah.
like. It just feels so inauthentic. So I'm just like
Yes.
anytime like anyone emails me, I'm like, is this something that I'm gonna use? Is this skin product actually something I'm gonna use for the rest of my life? And so I can actually tell other people and refer it to other people, because I don't want to just say, hey, it's so amazing, and then some girl gets it, it's not like it's not, you know, well, like. So I just want to just be really authentic with the brands that I work with. Has to really like go with what I love as well, and what I like has to go with my day to day and who I am too.
Yeah.
And then go from there. Because then it's easier to promote.
sure.
Imagine I get a product and I don't know anything about it. Like now I have to do my research. Now I have to do my research, and now I have to like pretend, and I just
It'll be more scripted. It's not going to be as organic. Oh, for sure. I think that's a big thing for people who might have missed, like what Krishy said. A main thing she said like 2 points ago was, if you want to start getting these paid collaborations, whether that's at events or it's for products, you have to already be creating that kind of content, right? I talked about this in the course we created for the university. Is when you're a content creator, if you're just making videos of yourself talking to the camera, why is a brand going to necessarily want to sponsor you for any reason? Versus if I'm dedicated to I make cell phone reviews, I review cases and stuff, then the case companies are going to start reaching out to me. If I make gaming content, the game companies will start to reach out to me. So that's a very important thing. A lot of people, that's the first question they ask: how do you monetize your account? Well, create content that brands would actually want to work with, because then when they do work with you, the campaigns are going to look so organic. It's not going to be a paid ad, and then people actually buy the product they see. Because that's a big thing we're seeing in marketing right now, right? We're going to be seeing a massive shift of people, big companies leaving paid marketing. Well, they'll still obviously do paid marketing, but I'd say creating a more of a budget for more organic influencer marketing. I think when Van's originally a couple years back, probably like 5-6 years back, that was the first time we really saw a big company doing influencer marketing and how well it did for the brand. And I think going in the future, they're going to do more of that, because the organic campaigns just perform the best. Because it's less of an ad. You actually watch your favorite creator talking about a product that they seemingly look like they enjoy. So that's a big thing. If you're a creator, you're trying to get to the money fast, start creating content around things that brands will actually want to support you with.
And also humanize your brand to the like make sure you know all your followers, or you try to get to know them. Like don't just have people follow and like your stuff and never engage with them, because they're never like I used to do that. I'm not gonna lie, on my blog page, like I have people liking. There's times where I would even go like just I didn't even, I'm gonna be honest, like I didn't even look at your post properly. But now it's like every post, like every it's so valuable to me, because I look at it more as a community versus it's just another creator, right? And that's how you engage, you network, and also like the more content, like the more you get to know people, the more they'll engage with your posts, and they'll actually want to engage with your posts. And like I don't know how to explain it. So like I feel like when your following base is like they're following you because because I do wedding content creation. That's what you want, right?
Yes.
They're not following you for other reasons, like, oh, she just did a giveaway and is giving away a PS5. Like I'm just gonna go and follow her. Like that's why I'm so against giveaways. Like I mean I would love to win a giveaway. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm so against it, because I feel like anyone could just follow you and then unfollow you. Right? Or it's like if I were to ever do a giveaway, it would be for my followers only.
Service.
Like you had to be following me from the day before. Like that was it.
Oh yeah. Well, another cool thing too is, like, let's just say for your example, right? It could be something like it's a bride giveaway. Like my wife runs a modest wear company where she sells clothing, right? And sometimes she'll have giveaways for like, if you buy in this week, you'll get a free package, right? Or if you buy this, then you'll get a free item kind of thing.
Like,
or for you, if you're like,
it's more like a promo.
Yeah, I guess it's more of a promo, but I know what you mean. Because like if you just run a PS5 giveaway, has absolutely nothing to do with your brand. And even that's actually one of the bugs I have with doing trends, especially if it's not related to your niche. Is you could do a trend, it could go viral, but that's not the type of content you make. So like you have a new set of followers that when they see the type of content you make, now they're not happy no more, and they're just gonna unfollow.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, okay, it's just her and her reels. Okay, unfollow. I don't want to see your stuff no more. I mean, like that's what it is, right? So just attract like authentic followers, and in order for like I feel like a lot of the times it came from networking. Like when someone got to know me and they followed me, like they're always there to engage. Like they're always, I have like some girl that always just, no matter what, they're always engaged with my content, because we just like created that bond, and we're just, you know. So
Yeah, those are the
for
best
sure.
type of like supporters too.
Yeah.
'Cause, like no matter what you do, they're always just there to support you. I love those type of people. Those guys are amazing.
Like,
Yes.
yes, girl, or like clap. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
just
For
helping
sure.
you boost your post, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So Krishy, you know a lot about social media. We want to ask, what are some best growth tips for IG? Like you're at like almost 13,000, 14,000
Mhm.
now. What would be some tips you'd give someone who's kind of just starting out?
Have a really good relationship with social media. That's where I would start.
Mm,
And what I mean by that is like create the page, knowing what you want to do with for the right reasons, and also
yes.
don't like don't be like don't compare yourselves. Like I feel like in the beginning, like I would create this page, and obviously like I'm not there where everyone's journey is so different on IG. We started before. There's a lot of
100%.
practice experience that goes into it, right? I
Yes.
feel like we stress. Like I used to stress when I see like so many people post so consistently and I'm not there yet.
Oh yeah.
But now that actually motivates me, right? But one thing I would say
Yes.
is like if you are someone that wants to get on social media, like put your face on your brand, just get into the habit of content creating and consistency. Like and just at the end of the day, know what your mission is. Like know what your mission statement is. At the end, they go back and be like,
Yes.
why am I here? Like what is my
Yes.
right? And
Right.
just be consistent and do it for yourself. I think that's the only thing that I would say in terms of social media, because I feel like if
No.
we can get really lost in the vanity metrics, like how many followers we have, how many likes,
Yeah.
you know. And
Oh, for sure.
I've been there too, where I'm just like, damn it, like my reel didn't do well, and that reel I freaking took 3 hours to create. Like this was in the beginning,
Yeah.
right? So it's like it gets discouraging. But at the end of the day, like
for sure.
when you know what your mission statement is and why you're here, you're like, okay, you know what? Just keep going. Just
Yes.
don't stop. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
I look at IG as my community, my world, and I'm the only one that has control over it.
Yes.
Like no matter what, if you have people, discouraging you, block. You can unblock, like you can block and just delete
That's
them,
true.
right? You don't have
Yeah.
to deal with it.
That's true.
It's just I think
Okay.
just be consistent and just know why you're on social media.
Okay. No, that's a big one. Now, can I ask, what is your mission statement?
My mission statement is I want to help every entrepreneur. I want to help everyone that wants to grow on social media grow. Like I literally want to anything that I learn. I want to like literally help other people learn as well. Like just
Fire.
create or just help other people create the way I create.
Okay, I'm gonna be a little selfish here. So, Krishy, we post on the podcast. We post 4 clips a day on TikTok, Facebook, Shorts, and Instagram. What do you think we could do better based off what you've seen?
Okay, so you post on TikTok?
Everywhere, literally everywhere.
Okay, yeah, I see
TikTok, Facebook, IG.
I see so I follow you on IG and TikTok, so I see it on both. Like you guys did the interview with me and Medusha, I saw that.
Yeah, Metusha,
on
yeah.
TikTok. Yeah, you guys are very consistent. I think you guys are on a really, really I feel like every day I wake up and I see something from you guys, and that's great. Very, very, very consistent. But let me ask you this: why?
Yeah.
What is your end goal? Like, why are you guys on social media? What's your why when you guys started this podcast? Like, why did you guys start it to begin with?
Okay, so
That's
you want
a
to answer
great
that, or?
question. Yeah, sure. That's actually a great question.
Yeah.
So originally, me and Radies have a background in creating content. We've been doing this for almost like 3-4 years now. We did stuff in the real estate space, investing space, and then most recently and most successfully in the crypto space.
Nice.
As crypto kind of fizzled out or died out, we've been trying different forms of content. But something about both me and Radies, and we were actually talking about this yesterday, is we're very naturally networkers. From back in the high school days to even in the professions we took on after high school and college for me, we've always been the networking type. So the podcast was like a forum, and it was crazy because at the time I was doing a smaller podcast, which was just very geographically locked to Calgary. And me and Radies were on a call one day, and Radies like, yo, I want to start podcasting too.
Yeah.
And should I do it in Toronto? Should I do it virtually? Do I get an office? And then when you see that, my timeout, Radies is my guy. He wants a podcast. I'm already podcasting in person. it'd be so much efficient if we did it virtually, and then we could do people all around the world, which we've been doing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how the podcast came about. But the reason for it, I'd say, is one, to like motivate, inspire, and teach the listener. Because we've been getting guests on from so many different spaces. You're an expert in social media. We had Me Through Chat, who was a comedian. We had a credit expert. We had athletes. Like, we've had literally everybody and anybody in between who's successful in the field to teach, right? So there's the aspect of we're helping the listener and the audience learn something new, but also it's a great opportunity for us to sit down and network with someone. Because we're sitting down anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours with someone at a time to deeply connect with them and learn from them on a one-on-one basis. So far, like, we had like 2 like guests in particular who like I've personally been following for more than 5-6 years, and it's crazy now that like not only have I been following this person and this person's been a massive inspiration in my life, but now I can sit down for an hour and a half and conversate with them and learn from them directly. So there's like so many different reasons, but those are the 2 reasons that come to my mind specific. Maybe Radies wants to add something else.
I guess like, yeah, the other thing is like it's just a super efficient way to film content. Like we film long form episodes, and like from that we'll get like Umar, like you would know, like how many clips do we get off one podcast? Like 20?
It could be anywhere from like, yeah, it's like 15 to 20 clips depending on the duration.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and
like I love how you're this is probably going to take what 45 minutes, and now you probably have like you can break it down to so many clips, and now you have content for like the rest of the week, which is great. So you guys are really great. Like that's a good start. But the reason why I asked you is that have you ever, like what I asked you before, have you ever said that to another audience? Like have you said that to your audience while you guys are here?
Only in a sense like this, when our guests literally ask us why we do it.
I feel like you guys need to do a reel and like tell your audience why you guys started this page. So now you have your content, by the way, because I just asked you a question. Now you can just like pick that clip if you want. Or you guys could like, I don't know if you guys get together, or you guys are in 2 different places. So like if one of you guys could get on a reel and be like, hey, like by the way, like this is why we're here, so that more people know why you guys are doing this, right? And sometimes if someone does relate to that, be like, you know what, I want to work with them, like I want to be on this podcast because I want to like help other people inspire or get that exposure as well from your audience too, right?
Krishy, it's so funny that you said that, because Umar, remember we were talking earlier about like the whole like hero's journey and like how we need to have like that. Yeah, so it's we do need to do that. we've been saying we need to do it for so long. We need to do that.
Sometimes, and like remember, guys, you guys are always getting new followers. And when that new person comes, they're just going to see a bunch of interviews, but they don't know who you guys had. So always reintroduce yourselves all the time and go on your stories and like kind of like update, like, hey guys, I see new faces. Like this is why, like this is what we do. This is why you're here. Like would love to connect, right?
Yeah, I saw you did that recently, right?
Yeah,
like
I always do that because I always see like new people, and I'm like, that's a great way to like break the ice. Because a lot of people are not. You're not going to come and message you guys and be like, hey, like. They'll follow you, maybe, like, you know, but they're never gonna come and, like, they're just gonna always watch your stuff for free, but they'll never, like, they're just scared to, or I don't know, like, maybe they think you guys would think they're weird or whatever, you know? So it's, like, just, like, just like, giving them that opportunity to connect, it goes a long way.
Okay, wait, Krishy, I have another selfish question, okay?
And don't call it selfish, like, that's why we're here.
Okay, so I've been told by a couple people now that apparently on social media, I look like a dick and I look unapproachable and I just look like mean or whatever. Do you get that? Be honest, be brutally honest with me. Do you get that vibe too? Or do you think, like, I need to change something? What do you think?
Is it your friends saying that, though?
No, it's like completely random people that like they'll DM me and then I'll DM them back and they'll be like, "Oh, what the fuck? Like I didn't think you're gonna reply. Like you seem like da 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 whatever." I'm like, "Oh, what the heck?"
But like I think remember that goes back to why I was voice noting before, because sometimes like it's the way like texts are delivered. It's not your fault. If you're someone that texts a certain way, in your head you're like, "Yo, this is like the most sweetest message," but it's when the person receiving,
I'm so bad with that.
They're probably like, "Whoa, this guy is so rude. Like he put a period," you know? It's just like the way they receive, right? So it's like I don't think that you look like rude or anything. I feel like you're just always, you know, you're always consistent, and I feel like you're like I could even watching your content, I could tell that you're you're investing. You're also interviewing a lot of entrepreneurs. I've seen your clips with I think realtors. Like you were asking what success meant.
Oh yeah.
That was going like viral a lot, like on my page, like a lot. So you're really
really?
From my end. No, you seem fine. In my opinion, yeah.
I think we just dubbed it very
I'll
well.
just, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And like also you can reach out to people, right? Like not a lot of people do that, so that's a good start. Like it's like okay, like he's a human. Like I feel like we all look at each other as like robots. Like it's like oh, like let's not like this person picture just in case, you know, right? It's like at the end of the day, we're all humans. Like you have to look at how when I meant like look at IG like have a better relationship. It's like I literally look at IG as if like I'm going into a store or I'm going into an event and I'm about to meet people because that's just easier to be like because when you go to like even a formal or like a party or anywhere like first thing you're gonna say is hi, right? So it's a same concept. Like I want to look at IG that way because I don't think it was like when we start following each other it's never a hi, it's just like we're following each other and now we just see each other's stuff, but it's like we're never
Oh shit.
yeah.
That's a good point.
That's a very good way to put it. Because like, think about it, right? Like, if you just go to someone, like you said, at a party, what you're doing when you just follow them is like you're basically just looking at them, and that's it. Like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, like what if like someone
Not even
sees you
looking,
staring at
freaking staring, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that would cause even like issues. It's like, oh, that person's staring at me. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if you go and say hi, it's like there you go. You're breaking the ice, and now you get to know this person, and you never know what type of opportunity you're gonna come across, right? It's like you guys can collab or work together. You know, you just never know.
For sure.
Just shoot your shot. I think that's one thing I learned. Like anything, like anyone that you
Shoot.
just shoot your shot and. Yeah, in that way, not in a dating way, but just shoot your shot. And, like
My bad, guys. I'm not married yet.
shoot your shot, like business version.
I think another thing that I want to quickly highlight is even with the podcast, right? Like, think about it, Krishy. Like, my niche and Umar's niche has nothing to do with your niche, but somehow we're able to collab now because of the podcast. So I think that's another thing too. Like, we're able to talk to like, we're talking to like magicians, we're talking to like artists. When in reality, that has nothing to do with like our backgrounds. But that's another cool thing. And we want to ask you, this is like a more business related question, but what's the most amount of money you've made from one like brand sponsorship?
One brand sponsorship, 1,500.
1,500. Okay,
that was with later media. You know that app where you post you can like schedule in your post and they post automatically.
Yes.
Okay.
So they actually asked me to do some reels and come to an event like last year, and then they paid me for that, which is cool.
That's so.
But then again, like what I was saying, I was like tagging them a lot, and I was talking about these.
Oh, like beforehand.
Yeah. So like when I started, I was tagging them a lot. I would be so consistent with my reels. I was giving like later tips, like even Canva. I was doing like Canva tips for a bit, like because it's all kind of in my niche. It's like I feel like a lot of people can still, you know, it's like sometimes you just gotta think outside of the box and be like, yeah, okay, I'm doing reels, but what else can I do that will still help small businesses grow? And it's like it could be like the equipment I use. It could be like where I shoot and how I shoot. Just like people love educational content and something that will help them, like, you know, anything that's easy, right? Like easy to carry. Like I posted my easy to carry lighting. I don't know if I have it here, but it's like a clip-on lighting for the phone. And like I feel like I take that to all my events, and even at the L'Oreal event, like there were so many girls that came up to me and they're like, "Where did you get that? Like this is so cool." Because the lighting, obviously, they like the way they did their events, like more dim lighting and just lights, right? But you need that lighting for like reels and pictures and stuff like that. So like those type of content, like if I were to do like I still have to post that, by the way, good reminder. But like I did like a review on it, so like I feel like a lot of people would, you know, they'd be like. Those type of content gets a lot of saves, right? Because they're like,
because anything you're providing value for, right? Like it gets that.
And that has attention. Like I'm doing reels, but I'm still like doing other stuff that will help. Small business grow. Yeah.
Okay. Umar, I think you skipped past a question. Do you want to ask them, and we'll move on to our rapid fire round?
No, let's just move on to the rapid fire round.
Okay, cool. Okay, actually, before we do that, Krishy, do you have any other questions for us before we get into the rapid fire round as we wrap things up?
Yes, I actually do. So, like, what is your goal for the end of this month or next month in terms of like podcasts? Like, who? Like, is there people that you contacted, or like, is it just because like, you know, like when I do post this, I could let people know, like, hey, is like if you guys are in. Is there anyone that specifically you want to like any industry that you want to interview that you're like?
Yeah, I think like good question. So right now, it's so funny. Like my like non-brown friends will tell me like, why is everyone on your podcast brown? And I'm like, that's not the case. Like we don't only have brown people. Like, yeah, Umar, our last two guests were not brown, right? Do we had
Mike's white, and who's before
was it
Mike?
Dan? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
Dan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no,
yeah.
no, 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 no. It was Spitty. He was brown. Shit.
Oh, Spitty.
But like I think we like everyone, right? Like we like people who we want to get more females. So you're the third female on the podcast so far. So
Nice.
shout out to you.
Yeah.
We want to get more females for sure.
Yeah.
And we also just want to get more people in like different like niches. Like for example, if it's like crypto or like real estate, like by now like either we can talk about it or we already have like the best of the best, right?
Decent
So it's like
understanding.
why would we get like the best real estate investor and then get someone who like you're consistently like just downgrading from that? It's cool to do that, but like you know what I mean? So I think models would be cool. I think we want to get like some more of like just content creators because like there aren't that many of us. Like how many content creators do you really? I mean, you probably know a bunch, but like myself and Umar, like personally, I don't know that many, right? So I think that, and in terms of goals, Umar, what are we thinking for this one? Like what, probably 400K views?
Yeah, so that's crazy in terms of goals because last month was the first month and we hit about 200,000 views total,
Nice.
and the goal is just to double it this month,
Yeah.
which was 400,000, and yeah, I'd say we're on track for that right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you guys ever
Yeah,
try to like
yeah.
reach out to BlogTO or like just Nar City, like those type of accounts or like accounts that like because I feel like I'll try to like reach out to accounts that have a very multicultural niche. Like I feel like it's like not Six Buzz, but just more like these accounts that like I feel like the girl Adipa or someone who does BlogTO, I forgot. She's like the anchor, like she does the main stuff. I feel like
Yeah,
you could reach
the
out to
host.
her and see if you can, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, like interview her for
That's
the
a good
podcast.
idea.
Yeah, that's actually a very good idea.
because I
Yeah.
feel like it's in
Okay.
Toronto also. Well, you're not in Toronto, but still, like, I feel like it. Try to reach out to, like, you know how you said that you have a lot of brown people? Like, you're probably going to get more brown people on my end, too, just saying. But, like, if
That's fine. That's
maybe
fine.
reach out to people, which is fine. Like, I think there's a lot of great, like, creators in our community, which is awesome. You have
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many
For
people to
sure.
interview, but if you wanted to keep it very multicultural, like, try to reach out to accounts that have everyone following them. Like, even restaurant
Yes.
owners, like, that are downtown Toronto. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
that would, yeah.
for sure. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that no, okay, yeah,
For sure.
that's actually pretty good. And I think
Very
Umar,
good idea.
did we? I don't know if we publicly says on the podcast, but do we want to announce like what's happening in a couple weeks?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, we'll save it. Okay,
There's an unfold.
Save it, save it. We'll talk Krishy after off camera, but
Yeah, we'll tell Krishy. We'll tell
Yeah.
Krishy, but for listener, stay tuned.
yeah, stay tuned. That's something we're cooking. We're cooking. We're cooking.
Okay.
You're
Um,
cooking.
okay. Well, I guess other than that, thank you for asking, Krishy. We're gonna move into the rapid fire round. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say a word or a phrase, and you have to reply back with one word and the first word that comes to mind. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
All
Why am I
right.
stressed? But okay, I'm fine.
No, I just chill vibe.
Yeah, this is the more fun part.
Okay, cool.
All right. So the first question is success.
Happiness.
Ooh, okay. Failure.
Motivation.
Nice.
Social media.
In networking.
Okay. Marketing.
Marketing. Oh my god, I don't even know what comes to my. I don't know. Why does career is the first thing that comes to my head? Like marketing.
That's fine. That's fine.
No, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. All right. Sales.
Sales. Money.
Hey, Tamil.
Music. I don't know. Like
Oh, okay.
I love Tamil music, so just very
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Motivation.
determination. Yeah, determination.
Okay.
Okay. Networking.
I think you asked me that. Oh no, you did it.
Did we? No, we said marketing.
And networking. Entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Okay. Culture.
Culture. Love. Because I love my culture. Yeah.
Hey, okay, I like that. Your favorite creator of all time.
My favorite creator of all time. I think I like Jay Shetty and his wife the best.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Jay
that's
Shetty. Yo, shout out to
fire.
Jay Shetty. Jay
His
Shetty's a goat.
wife. Oh my god! Sometimes I wake up to her content. I'm like, yes, this is what I needed.
For
Yeah.
sure. All right. Brands.
Brands. I'd say L'Oreal because that's the last event I went to.
Shout out to L'Oreal.
Yeah.
Fashion.
Zara. 100%. I love my Zara
Okay. Awesome. And then lifestyle.
lifestyle. Just lifestyle. I know. I like my low key nesting lifestyle. Like a very
Yeah.
okay. You know what? I'll say peace. Like
Peace.
I like a very like peaceful lifestyle. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we have
Awesome.
our three last questions, Krishy. So the first one is a new addition to this round. If you had to swap lives with someone for 24 hours, who would it be?
No one famous, 100%. You can't do that. Swap lives with anyone, and that's a really good question. Swap lives with I would be a Raptors player. Like I don't know, I just want to learn. I just want to be a really good basketball player. Like I think it's a really
Okay.
good player. Just like not the famous part, but just like a yeah.
The abilities,
Yeah, yeah.
skill set. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. That's a unique answer.
Yeah.
The next one is, who's the first person who comes to mind when the question's asked, who's the most motivating person of all time for you?
I think my mom.
Ooh.
Like my mom. Like I feel like every time like they're like, you know, I go to her for something, but she always has the best
Yes.
answers. Like it's just
Yes.
after I
yes.
have my conversation with her, I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like it's like the simplest
Yeah,
thing. I'm just like, as much as we say like no, but then like in my head, I'm like, oh shit, like right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that's a fire answer.
Nice. Okay, so the last question, Krishy, before we end things off. So let's just say everything up until now. So the day you were born till now, everything is written into a book. What would the title of that book be called?
Energy.
Energy. Oh, okay.
Or
Interesting.
so
quick
either
too.
glow and grow or energy.
Oh, I like Glow and Grow too.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say the social sage. I was like, I had a feeling you were gonna say that, but I like.
But I
Actually,
feel like
what?
the social stage is it's like a chapter in my life. Like it'd be like a chapter, not like a book.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Fire.
Well, that wraps it up. If you want to take us away.
Yes, so that wraps it up, guys. We're going to put all of Krishy's helpful links in the description below. Make sure you check it out. Like always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, depending on where you're listening to this. Until next time, stay seeking success.
Take it easy, guys. Bye bye.
Bro.